So today we're doing something a little different, something I've never done before. I've wanted to do for such a long time, but somehow never panned out. So today we're doing a Q&A. Most of the questions came from Instagram. Some of the questions are kind of repeated or kind of clash with each other. So for those cases, I'm gonna like lump them in. Let's just get started. I don't know if this is interesting at all to you, but if you're a recurring viewer, maybe, yeah. First question was sent by Haley, and it is, I know you have one tattoo, and I was wondering your complete thoughts on them, if you have any more, and if you plan on getting more. Okay, so this is maybe not the best clothing of the best blah blah. I have 3 or 4 tattoos, depending on how you interpret them. My most known one, and the one you're probably talking about, is this one. This was the second one I got with my sister. She has one just the same, but a little bit more tailored to her. And I have also these two. For me, they're one tattoo, but they're technically 2. I always forget. This one is, my sister drew it, and this one, my mom drew it. I do plan on getting a lot more. I already know what my next one is gonna be like. I just don't know where I wanna place it yet. It didn't hurt as much as I was expecting it to hurt. And it's actually like, people say it's kind of like a nice pain, and it is. I actually think some of my piercings have been more painful. Also got this a lot, tips on staying positive when acne and scarring gets you down, and like, also when anxiety gets you down. I don't know how to answer that because honestly, I can get pretty down, and I don't think I myself have figured out how to get out of that funk completely. I can't tell you like, yeah, this is what you need to do, you know? And I do like to watch really, like, exceedingly funny TV shows to get my mind off of it. I feel like TV shows, comedy TV shows especially, are very therapeutic for me. The Big Bang Theory and Boy Meets World, which is a really old one. Always Friends, sort of. I really like watching The League as well. Oh, Parks and Recreation, of course. Parks and Rec is like, obviously makeup is also a really good positive thing for me, especially regarding acne. And even in like anxiety and stuff in general, if I start doing my makeup and I get into it, my mind just literally goes there, and it's a whole other thing. I haven't figured myself out completely yet. And especially mental health wise, I'm still learning so much. Also, someone asked this, but I screenshot it. Someone messaged me and it blocked the name. So if it's you that asked me that, comment below. What are your desert islands books or films? Honestly, if I had to go to a desert island, I think I'd die of boredom within the first day. I'm like the most easy person to bore. If we're thinking about all-time favorite movies and favorite books and stuff, I really like the Italian book. I read it in Portuguese, but there's also an English version, I think. In Italian, it's called Tre metri sopra il cielo. No, I didn't say that with the right accent, but I tried. It's a really amazing book. Especially I read it growing up, of course, because it's like when you're a teenager, you love to read like teenager love. So I don't know if I'd still connect to it as much if I read it for the first time as an adult, but I do still love that book so much. Once again, I don't connect to films that much, but one film that really marked me through my whole life was the film Keith with Jesse McCartney. Honestly, beautiful, heartbreaking. And I'm not gonna go into it because I don't want to spoil it, but watch it because it's really good. And you know, it's Jesse McCartney, he's good. What's your job like, and how did you get into? I work within influencer marketing, so what I do is basically I'm sort of a manager slash agency person to bigger YouTubers. I hook them up with brands, sponsorships, manage their emails a little bit of everything, including the managing sort of world. I got into it just by like searching jobs and startups and everything when I got to London. So I got the job actually from AngelList. What's the best place you visited in England? Okay. I haven't visited England at all. I haven't been anywhere outside of London, which is so sad, and I so want to do it, but I just haven't yet. I haven't gotten the chance to, and yeah. That's something I need to do, and now you just shamed me into doing it. I will do it. I'm sorry. What made you come to the UK? Do you prefer it to Portugal? Also, do you see yourself staying here for a long time? This is also a question I've been asked a lot, especially by Portuguese people. I've always wanted to not live in Portugal. And that sounds really bad. Like, I love my country. I think it's amazing for so many things, but it always felt really small to me. I grew up in a very, very small town with 10,000 people, so you can imagine how horribly small it was. Everybody knew each other, but even Portugal in general, I was always very artistic and out of the box. I wanted to know everything that was going on as it was going on. And I felt like Portugal was a little bit always delayed in everything. And so my original thoughts, I wanted to live in the USA. I don't know, I just thought it was a really cool country because, you know, Disney Channel and in movies. As I grew up, I kind of figured, no way I could ever live in the US. Not only is it bonkers there right now, no thank you, but also it's just really, really far away from my family. And so what's the next best thing? And that would be London in the UK. In the meantime, I met my boyfriend. He's a software engineer. He also wanted to experiment with other startup cultures. And even though Lisbon is growing up a lot, he wanted to come here because it's so much bigger. That's how we came here. Honestly, when I graduated from college, it was like, okay, so the first one of us to get a job, we'll move there. And of course he got the job first because I was useless for everything. I think maybe when I'm like really old, I'll want to go back to Portugal. But right now it still feels super small and like not underdeveloped, but just a little bit late on the trends, especially YouTube and whole blogging world. Someone also asked me if it was better blogging in the UK, and 100% hands down, so much better. I've gotten so much more opportunities here. And also because of my job gave me so many contacts and opportunities to pursue, but also been contacted, brands that contacted me. And in the UK that happens quite often, I'd say. And in Portugal, it just didn't. Have you started accutane again? And how are you getting on? I'm on month 3. Apart from dry lips, I was okay until the joint pain started this week. I feel like I'm dying. I would love to know your experience. I'm on month... Okay, so I'm on month 5, I think. 4 or 5. I lost track. The dry lips are a real thing that honestly just... it's the 3rd time I'm on accutane, so it's always been a bit of a bumpy ride, and sometimes it's different side effects that... I don't know. I do want to do a whole video about it, so keep posted for that. But in the meantime, I want to say, like, I haven't experienced joint pains. For me, accutane is usually dry lips, really, really dry lips, really, really dry skin. My hair gets so dry that it's literally falling apart because it breaks from dryness. But also for me personally, it's more about mental health. I get really moody. I have a lot of mood swings. And I start to feel symptoms of depression coming back again. Also dying, so I feel you. A lot of people ask me about YouTube, how I started YouTube, and how do I keep motivated. So I started YouTube when I was about 3 years or 4 into blogging already. I wish I had started way, way sooner. I wanted to, I didn't have the equipment. I was scared to do it for some stupid reason. Like, I'm an introvert person, but I like to talk a lot. I don't have a lot of friends. And so I do love YouTubing because it allows me to talk to all of you. Alexa, no one called you! It's rude. Honestly, it's hard. It's hard to keep motivated, especially when your views aren't that high. And I honestly feel like I don't grow that much, so a lot of times I want to quit. I moan about it a lot. I still do it because I love it and I love doing this. I love filming. I love getting your comments, your beautiful positive comments of how I somehow helped a little tiny bit just fill my heart up. And also I really love makeup. And like, I think if I quit YouTube, I'd have to quit buying so much makeup because there would be no excuse. And yeah, that's how I keep motivated. What is the best and worst of living in London? Do you see yourself living in Portugal anytime soon? Anytime soon, no. If Brexit kicks me out, well, fuck you. And also, I probably move to another country before I move back to Portugal. No offense, again, I love Portugal, but it's just not my thing. Also, what would I be doing in Portugal? I'd probably be unemployed. AF. living in London. The best is that you have everything at your fingertips, literally everything. Especially blog-wise, is that you get to go to a lot of events and actually meet the people behind the brands, behind the agencies. I actually live on like the outskirts of London, so it isn't too bad. But for example, I work in Oxford Street, and it's fucking crowded. Like when I have to go into the tube after work, I have to wait in a line to get into the tube. What's your favorite childhood memory? I don't think I have one. This is so sad. Like, I have one of the worst memories ever. Sometimes things that happened last year, I have no recollection of them happening. However, from childhood, I think, okay, so my dad died when I was 10, and I think I went into like a cocoon where I didn't want to talk to anyone about my dad, so I kind of blocked a whole chunk of my childhood, so I don't have a lot of memories, to be honest. I have one or two memories that are like true memories from my dad. Most of what I remember from my dad is kind of like from stories people told me. Which part are you originally from in Portugal? So, I was born and raised in a little town called Penafiel, and it's a little bit to the north of Portugal and a little bit more to the middle, so we don't have the sea. But I did go to uni in Lisbon for 7 years, so I lived there for 7 years. Advice for your 15-year-old self. I'd write that bitch a book. You know what? I'd just be like, sit down, we have to talk. You best take a week off work. No, off school. She's not working, she's at school. I grew up as an oddball. I never really fit in. I wasn't basic enough to be in like the cool girls club. I was also very alternative all the time. I wanted to be different. Like my main issue in life, in my teenager years, was to be different. I also really liked songs that nobody liked, bands that nobody ever heard of. I was weird. A good kind of weird, now I realize, but at the time it was kind of, you know, hard to understand that. I was also very pale, so I was pale, alternative, and weird. Guys weren't into that. Guys were into busty brunettes, especially at 15. Guys made those lists where best ass, best boobs. I was always the cutest. And you know, all about that list is horrifying to me right now. But at the time, what I thought was, fuck me, well, I don't want to be cute, I want to be sexy, I want to be, you know, turning it up. I don't know, I tell her that, you know, it's okay. You're gonna grow up. It's gonna be tough, girl. Hang in there. But you'll eventually find yourself, and you find that, you know, the basic bitches from your high school, you know, they're not doing much right now. I don't want to throw shade at anyone. I hope they're not watching this. Keep being you, bitch. Don't give in to social pressure. I don't know if someone already asked this, but do you like memes? Is that a question? Of course I like memes. Who doesn't like memes? There are people out there that don't like memes. I love memes. Me and my sister communicate almost exclusively through memes. And also she asked, fandom? Fuck yeah! What's your favorite Harry Potter character? Sirius Black. I actually despise Harry Potter as a character very intensely. This is my baby cat. He's called Sirius Grey. What's your thoughts on marriage and kids? Yes and yes. I want to get married. I definitely want to have kids. When I was younger, I thought by this time, like when I was 25, 26, I'd probably be married already and starting to think about having kids. And right now I'm just like, what the fuck? No. You're a baby, Raquel. Stop this. How many siblings do you have? I have one blood sister, and that sounded weird. Have one full-on, same mother, same father sister. She's younger than me, 6 years younger. She's this bitch. I have a stepbrother who's my age, and he's this goofy dork right here. Our parents got married when we were 10, I think. And yeah, so we've lived together ever since. And then I have an older stepsister, which I didn't really get to live with as much. She got pregnant and went to live with her boyfriend when I was really young. So she got pregnant at 16, and it was dramatic. But by 17, she had the baby. By 18, they moved in together. And so I didn't get to live with her for a long time. I think I lived with her for about a year or so. My friend Emma sent me, my question is, how are you so cute though? And this is because I had that filter on. And I said, Emma, I look like a straight up mess, it's just a filter. And she said, no, but you have to include that in the video. So, promises are promises. And that's pretty much it. I hope this video wasn't too long and it was somehow entertaining, or that I get to edit it in a way that is somehow entertaining. If you like this video, give it a big ol' thumbs up. If you want me to do more of these things, let me know in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to click the little bell button so you know every single time I'm uploading. Bye!